So imagine a scenario where you're walking down your manufacturing line and you hear someone use the term NVR. If you ever wondered what that meant, stick around because today we're going to be talking about what NVR stands for, how we measure it, and how you can use the concept to improve your cleaning processes. So the term NVR stands for non-volatile residue. And basically what that means is it's the portion of the chemistry that stays left behind after it gets heated up. So everything around us, from the water in your cup to the clothes that you're wearing, are made up of things called atoms. And those can form higher order structures like crystals or molecules and things like that. And they can stick to each other because of the intermolecular forces that they feel. Now, some things experience higher forces than others. For example, if you leave a glass of water out on the table, you'll notice that after a while, it will evaporate and nothing will be left in the glass. But your clothes and your books and everything else around you pretty much stays put. And that's because of the strength of the forces between those molecules are stronger in that case. The same thing happens with your cleaning chemistry. Some of the components within the chemistry experience these stronger forces pulling each other down, and so they're not able to evaporate when the sample is put in the oven. And so that means that it doesn't volatilize or it doesn't evaporate, and hence that's why we refer to it as a non-volatile residue. So now that we know what NVR stands for, the next thing is, how do we measure it? Well, it's actually very simple. All we need is a small tin like this and a sample of our chemistry. So NVR is expressed as a percentage of the total mass of the sample that's left behind. So for example, if we have 2% of the total mass that gets left behind as a residue, then that means that our NVR is 2%. So to take that measurement, we have to take our tin, we weigh it, and then we add our sample, and we weigh it again. So we know the mass of our sample, and we know the mass of the tin. We can then put that into an oven and let it sit over time, just over 100 degrees C, and then after all of the volatile residues have gone away and evaporated, we measure it again. We can then take that mass and divide it by the total mass of the sample, and we can see what the percentage of residue we have, and that's our NVR. Now, it's not as straightforward as that. There's a few more complications because the chemistry itself has inherent NVR that needs to be taken into account, but those procedures are very similar. So now that we know what NVR stands for and how we measure it, why do we care? Well, the concept of NVR can be used to judge the health of your cleaning solution. You can imagine that the dirtier the solution is, the harder it's going to be to clean new contamination off of new boards. Now, once we have our measurement for NVR, we need to determine what's acceptable. Now, that is going to be on a case-by-case basis, and you'll need to work with your chemistry provider to develop a solution for what is an acceptable level of NVR based on your applications. All right, thanks for watching. If you like that content, make sure to like and subscribe and follow us on all of our social media platforms. Also, if you have any questions, make sure to leave them in the comments below or send an email to us at AskDrAdam@KYZEN.com. Thanks again, and stay clean.